So the aim of this presentation is twofold. Firstly, we want to show you a way to condense and connect notes from your lectures into a useful format for study. And secondly, as a working example, we have chosen to explain the physiology of the digestive tract. So to start with, we summarize the progression of food through the digestive tract. Now food enters the digestive tract through the mouth, passes down the esophagus and into the stomach. From the stomach it goes into the small intestine, past the duodenum, the jejunum and the ileum. From there it goes into the large intestine or the colon, goes all the way round, and then any remaining waste passes through the rectum and is expelled via the anus. When we write out that progression, it looks like this. Now looking at your lecture material, you'll find that the bulk of the information presented falls under just a few main themes or headings. For the purposes of this example, we're going to say that there are two main themes running throughout the lecture series. The first is basic functions of each physical part of the digestive system, and the second is chemical information and processes, things like enzyme activity and pH changes. So now we're going to look through all of the lecture material and put dot points into each section as we come across relevant information. At this stage, we're sticking strictly to the information pertaining directly to the headings at the top of the page. Starting in the mouth, food is crushed and ground down by your teeth, and there's partial chemical digestion of food by your saliva. In particular, by an enzyme called amylase, which breaks down carbohydrates and is produced by the salivary glands in your mouth. So under functions, we have mechanical processing, secretion and digestion happening. And under chemical information, we write down the enzyme amylase and where it comes from, the salivary glands. In the esophagus, we simply have movement of food down to the stomach. The stomach is used for short-term storage of food. It crushes the food into smaller pieces, secretes some enzymes, this time breaking down proteins and lipids, and also secretes acid, which serves an immune function, killing bacteria, and assists with the function of the protease enzyme. The small intestine is the primary site for digestion and absorption of nutrients. There are a bunch of enzymes produced by the pancreas, and of course bile produced by the liver, involved in this process. The large intestine is the primary site for removal of excess water and the formation of solid waste. So we have the final stages of digestion and absorption happening here, assisted by commensal microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and protozoa. The solid waste is then temporarily stored in the rectum before being expelled via the anus. Now that we have all of the directly relevant information incorporated onto our page, we can go back and put in extra little interesting bits and pieces. For example, the rate at which food passes through your stomach is influenced by the amount of fat in the food that you ate. Also, the enzymes produced by your stomach are inactive and are collectively called zymogens. These zymogens are activated by the acidity of the stomach or by other enzymes to become functioning digestive enzymes. This is why your stomach doesn't digest itself. The inner surface area of the small intestine is increased by the presence of villi. This aids the process of absorption. In addition, the outer surface is well vascularized, with veins carrying the digested food to the hepatic portal vein and then up to the liver for further processing before being distributed around the body. You can also see notes about what each of the enzymes do. Protease breaks proteins down to their most simple building blocks, amino acids. Lipase converts lipids into smaller units called micelles, and carbohydrate converts sugars and starches to glucose, our main source of energy. It is good to note that the large intestine is also connected to the hepatic portal system, as is the stomach. And finally, in the large intestine, our friendly commensal microorganisms produce short-chain fatty acids and that gas which we are all too familiar with. So once you have added all the extra information you want to your page, you can now go back to our original diagram and link it visually, or test yourself by going through the process of digestion with a study pal. We hope you found this presentation helpful. Thank you for your time and see you again soon.